Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and I wanted to bring you a quick Saturday update regarding the tropics because things are still fairly active out there in the Atlantic. And specifically speaking, we do have Tropical Storm Gordon, which is taking place and taking shape right now in the south central Atlantic. The good news about Tropical Storm Gordon, it's really not expected to impact not only the United States, but really no other landmass. So that is good news, and it's actually weakening too. So it's going to continue to work its way almost due west, and it's moving at around 9 miles per hour, has winds of around 45 miles per hour at this point with the latest update from the National Hurricane Center that took place at around 11 a.m. So it will likely remain a tropical storm if it can hold together. It is encountering, though, what we call a more hostile environment. So the ingredients aren't quite there, meaning there's some wind shear, which is not good for when it comes to the development and organization of any sort of tropical system. And also it's moving into what we call more stable environment, meaning that's also not good for a tropical system to move into if it's trying to get its act together. So what all that means is it's going to likely weaken into a tropical depression and potentially stay that way. And it could actually become a remnant low if it doesn't work its way into that better environment. But there are signs that it could re-strengthen into a tropical storm. Regardless, it's not going to cause us any issues, at least with the way things stand right now. It's likely going to just kind of stay a fish storm, as what we like to say, meaning it's not going to impact any sort of land mass. But we're also watching, though, this other area of tropical development. Now, with this one in particular, this is not necessarily taking on tropical traits. It's actually non-tropical at this point. Could become subtropical, but we're watching this closely because, for one, just the placement of it really catches our attention with it being so close to the Carolinas and the Georgia coast. And even for those of us in Florida, we're keeping a close eye on it too. But a non-tropical area of low pressure could form sometime this weekend, and that would just help to bring some rain through parts of the Carolinas, regardless of if it's a tropical system or not. So as we head over the next couple of days, specifically by Monday and Tuesday, a tropical depression could form, and there's a small chance it could even work its way into a tropical storm, could strengthen into a tropical storm later this week. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely. It's unlikely at this point, but we don't want to rule anything out. But in terms of Florida and the impacts, no imminent threats are expected to Florida. Maybe some rough surf for the Carolinas and for the far northern coast, east coast, that is, of Florida as we head over the next couple of days. But otherwise, a 50% chance of development. Now, when it comes to names on the list, here's what we have left. We do have Helene. That's going to be the next one that's on the list. That it would be if that system we were just talking about, that 50% chance of development. If it's able to form into a tropical storm, it would be Tropical Storm Helene, followed by Isaac and Joyce. We, of course, have Tropical Storm Gordon right now. It likely will remain a tropical storm, likely won't strengthen into a hurricane at this point. And then we, of course, had Francine. That also just moved through parts of the central parts of the United States and is now just a remnant storm, and it will continue to work its way up further into the Midwest. Otherwise, that is the latest update regarding the tropics. Be sure to stay with Fox 35 for the very latest on what you need to know.